Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to Growler Cat. We're going to play some Brutal Doom 64. So, I'm playing this on the Zandronum um, 3.0 alpha. I don't remember the version of this Brutal Doom 64. It's probably the latest. It's pretty much as the name implies. It's of the Brutal series, done by Sergeant Mark 4. He did, obviously the regular Brutal Doom. And there's quite a few changes to this. It isn't like, obviously it's not like Vanilla Doom 64. It has plenty of changes in it, but it also has plenty of changes as far as some level design goes as well. He kind of spruced it up, gave it a facelift, but it's not what I would say a full-blown conversion with just the Brutal name slapped on it. If you want to play more of a Brutal, or if you want to play more of a version of Doom 64 that's more true to the original version, I would check out Doom 64 Retribution. But I kind of like the Brutal Doom aspects. I like more gore and stuff like that, so we're going to go with that. It also comes with an intro level, too. I might get drowned out by that part, because there's a lot of explosions and what have you, but we're going to just get right on into it. I talked enough. So, I just go with classical. I don't even know what tactical's about, just classical, campaign. I have played on Watch Me Die. I've gotten up to like the 7th level, and then I just straight up run out of ammo. So I'm going to go with Bring It On. It seems to be a nice mix of skill, but it's not too much. It still gives you plenty of resources. So I stick with what's comfortable to me. So we're going to go with that. And here you go. Let me just lower the volume on my end. Okay. So those of you that might be familiar with Doom 64 know that this is pretty much what's going on at the title screen. While the words Doom compile together, the D-O-O-M. And it was pretty cool of them to actually throw this in. This is about as much music as you're going to get, because we're going right into the ambience phase. There's a cyber demon over there, by the way. But we don't need to deal with him. We just need to get to the exit. And then it starts off as the game normally would. So there you have it. Now I'm going to put my volume back up a little bit. Alright, so back here is a Berserk power-up. So don't miss that. I also noticed that enemies, they do, well, I mean, because it is of, it is Brutal Doom, the enemies seem to be a bit more aggressive, and it seems that you can aggro them quite a bit easier. This is a good thing and a bad thing, because I kind of feel it's a bad thing just for the simple fact that, man, where did he come from? That some of the enemies just won't stick around their corners, and they'll just kind of come out. And it sort of ruins the whole vibe of, it ruins the whole element of surprise that's happening here. So going here, here's another secret. I'm not a huge secret guy in this game, but I know a few. Monster closet right there. And then hit this. Even this switch placement is actually different than the vanilla version, and I'm not sure as to why he changed that asset. I'm sure he had his reasons, but another big change in Brutal Doom 64 is that the chainsaw actually has a fuel count on it. The vanilla version did not have that. You could just chainsaw all night and day to your heart's content. But here, I guess he decided to switch it up a bit. It's another secret right here. You can grab your first mega armor. It's behind me. I thought he was over here. It's an area map. That also wasn't in the vanilla version. I don't know if area maps were. I think they were, actually, but I don't think they were for every level. But here, I do believe that they are. Right, use our newfound key. Should be a guy over here. Get that ammo. eBay is hitting me up right now. Alright, so I know that we do have a chainsaw, but I actually like doing this. Since we did get that Berserk pack. Another thing is next to my health, down in the lower left corner, you actually have a stamina counter as well. And I think that's kind of stupid, but I don't find myself using it too often, so it's not a big deal. And since it isn't a big deal, I just really feel that it shouldn't exist. But for all the things that shouldn't exist in this, I feel that there's a lot more going for it. So it's a good. Alright, go over here, hit this up, and then we're going to grab another secret. Shoot that. Also, the shotgun animation is different. It's in lieu of original Doom, where he actually pumps the shotgun. There is actually another secret in here for a way to get to the secret level called the Hectic, which is probably the most ball-busting level in the entire game. And it's actually very unique what you have to do. Now, I don't remember exactly what needs to be done, but I believe you have to shoot every single barrel that you come into contact with upon sight. So you actually have to shoot them in order as the level goes. And I want to say that you might have to commit suicide on the last barrel, but again, I don't remember 100%. That whole suicide thing, that might just be me making stuff up. I'm sitting next to Katykins here. I might talk to her here and there. If you want to turn your game up a bit, you can. The mic won't catch it. Katykins is sitting next to me. She's playing Ni no Kuni, and she's nice enough to let me make a video here too. So, alright. We got all that. Down here. Okay, you know what? I think that lowers. Whoops. If you press the... Oh, I went the wrong way. Well done. Go through here, and yeah, see it lowered. But it's actually just going to bring me to some health that I really don't need, and that monitor will show you a soul sphere. Oh, I might need that health now. So let's grab it. And again here, I like to berserk, but I don't want to shit the bed on it, so I'm just going to use some of my chainsaw. And screw it, now I'll berserk the rest. See some nice squelching sounds. Katykins doesn't like those sounds. She thinks they're gross. But I like them. I like them so much to the point where I like to do them on my own. Like with my own vocal cords. I like to go... You should see the face she's making right now. This is when I wish I had a face cam. Not even for myself, but either just for moments like this or for the cats. And that's about it. In the vanilla version, I believe that there would have been an imp there, but I think that Sergeant Mark decided against it. To kind of keep the imp a surprise for the second level, but I'm almost positive there is an imp in the vanilla version on Bring It On. All right, didn't do too great on the secrets. I also don't know if finding the secret level would constitute as a secret. I would assume so. All right. So, obviously, one of the big elephants in the room here is that the lighting is a hell of a lot better. It's still dark, it's still gloomy, it's still doomy, but playing the Doom 64 version, especially on a modern TV these days, is virtually impossible if you're doing it on the original hardware. And believe me, I tried. I want to stick as tried and true to it as possible. Katykins knows that I've tried. It ain't happening. It's very dark and ugly and just difficult. So we went the next round. Katykins, being the genius that she is, I'm not a tech savvy guy, but she ended up getting this stuff working for me. And you know, it might have seemed like I wasn't paying attention too much, but I ended up retaining some of that information and figuring out how to do stuff on my own, so I wouldn't have to bother her. But she's the one who got it all up and running for me in the first place. So again, thank you for that. Alright, and now here we're going to get our next weapon, which is home to a nice monster closet. Grab the goodies, which is basically them refunding your ammo that you just used. They just wanted to introduce the gun here. The sound of the chain gun is also changed in this version. I feel that the sound of the chain gun in here actually sounds weaker. So it's just one of them strange changes that they made that I don't necessarily agree with. It's an introduction to, no, I think I killed an imp already, didn't I? But okay. Some more zombie troopers. And now this part here is actually, you know, I already got a backpack. So this part here is actually different from the vanilla version as well. As you see, there's an area map there. So we're going to grab that. And that's not going to disappear like how the blue key did back in the day. I don't know if you remember that or not. As a matter of fact, the blue key isn't even here at all. But usually what's supposed to happen is some pillars come up from the ground, and then the blue key starts to teleport between each of them. And here's a little puzzle that you have where there would be, if you press the wrong button, a crusher would come down and deplete some of your health. It wouldn't insta-kill you though. Well, at least not on Bring It On. So there still is, I think, a penalty for choosing the wrong one. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. But you can see here that the monitors are a little different right here. They're fuzzed out as opposed to the others. So the one that's fuzzed out, that's going to be your winner. And there's your key. And of course, it wouldn't be Doom if a bunch of bad shit didn't come out after you solve a puzzle or hit a switch or something like that. So okie dokie. Alright, I hear him. I hear him being gross. There he is. See, it's getting pretty dark in here, so you can only imagine on the original hardware. It's just that much worse. I'm going to actually go back down here. Since I got the backpack, I can now hold that. Some good squelching sounds. There's a berserk pack here. I mean, might as well, right? Why not? Soul Sphere there. We'll be saying hi to that a little bit later. Plenty of ammo strewn about. And we need a red key. So, before we do that, in here, it can kind of mess with your eyes a bit. So, if you grab this, this is the amplification goggles. And as you can see, it amplifies pretty damn good. All this is supposed to be like that weird dark blue hue and just really look, you know, well, dark and blue. Well said. Great commentary on my part. Okay, so we're going to go down here, and this is going to be a phase that I don't necessarily care for, but the crushers. Now, thankfully, in this, in Doom 64, they didn't go too crazy with the crushers, but still don't care for it regardless. And here's our prize. And we got to go back through because it's the only way out. I don't know, I feel that going back is actually easier than going through the first time around. So hit up the teleporter here. And you know what? Let's just go this way for now. We don't need that yet. Open this bad boy up. Get a few friends. Hit this. And the sound effect for these crushers here, it's actually different. I guess it sounds more realistic. But I actually prefer the original more. It's like, well, I'm saying a lot of things about the original and that I like. Why don't I just play Retribution? It's because I like Brutal just a little bit more. And it's obviously because of the increased gore. I really do love painting the walls red, so. They even left some rubble here, some Barney rubble. And this is the one and only glitch that I've noticed in this mod, and it's this right here. I mean, it's pretty hard to miss, but as you can see, there's definitely some clipping going on, and that's really the only time I've noticed it. I have gone through this game once so far, and yeah, but that's the only time I noticed that. And I don't know, it can also be something on my end. I'm not a tech-savvy guy when it comes to all the settings and all that crap, so it might be something on my end that I can easily fix, but again, it's not a reoccurring thing, so it doesn't bother me that it's just in that one spot. I'm not going to be hanging out there too long. Aim was a little shitty there. Also, I've been playing on mouse and keyboard now for about, what, a month and a half or so? Somewhere around there. So I'm still a little new to it, but I feel damn comfortable since my my outing with it. Now, see, this is one of the areas I wanted to talk about with the enemy aggro. Just all those guys were just right there. Now, they're supposed to be through this whole entire little maze area, but I believe there isn't going to be any. They're all just huddled there for some reason, and yeah, so it really takes the excitement out of this room. And again, I don't know if maybe he just couldn't arrange them properly or what have you, but yeah, this room is a hell of a lot more exciting in Retribution. There I go again, talking about Retribution, but you know, and the vanilla version even. But again, not a big deal. So lower that, grab the key. Also, a little something open up here. So this has boxes of rockets in the secret, but I have no idea if you can actually find a rocket launcher in this level. I've never found it. But that's really not to say that I was really heavily looking for it either, though. So, and say hello to the Spectre. The Spectre is actually going to be a bit different too in this game, where he kind of moves around and phases about. It's not necessarily a teleport, but I mean, I guess if you want to call it that, that'd be fine. It's more like a very slow rolling teleport where you can still see his trail of where he's moving to, and the game kind of gives you a hint as to where he is and when you can deal with him. So let's mosey down over here. We're gonna grab our soul sphere, even though we really don't need it, but we're pretty much at the end of the level. And I guess we can pick this up too. There's an imp. There should be one here, just hanging around. And there you go. Well, I got half the secrets. Alright, so into level 3, we're going to get introduced to the super shotgun, so that's nice. He also changed it so the super shotgun animation is more in lieu of Doom 2, where he actually reloads it. That wasn't in the original vanilla version. I do believe in Retribution that animation also exists too, and well, it should. And we're going to get introduced to a very new and annoying enemy. This is the Nightmare Imp. And yes, they existed in the vanilla version, but the only difference that they had compared to the other imps is that their projectiles fired quicker. Here, however, as you can see, they're much like the Spectres in this game, but they're a hell of a lot faster. They're a hell of a lot more aggressive. And just downright annoying. They can be a true threat, as you can see there. Usually you're used to just wiping them all out, no problem, you're good to go, but here you're going to have to sometimes predict their patterns or let them get close enough, and they'll stall them, they'll try to claw you, and when that happens, that's your opening to just fill his face full of buckshot. Little bit of showing off the level there, how they builded it up and put a new, just a new construct there. Really cool. This guy's just gonna hang out, and yeah, as you can see, that gets annoying. I don't know if I got him or not. I don't see him whizzing around, so I'm gonna assume. Yep, we got him. Grab the chain gun there. Nice if you didn't get it in the last level. And there should be a secret. Grab the invulnerability. Gonna switch over to our chain gun and have a little chain gun fun. I feel that the invulnerability is much better well spent here, especially on Watch Me Die. And I don't know if you can really call them secrets, but this opens up. And on the opposite end, it also does too. But it's not labeled as a secret, I don't think. We also got the computer area map. Just switch back to this because these guys. The chain gun is going to be your best friend against Lost Souls. And there might be an imp down there. I don't know. He was down there on Watch Me Die. He might not be on this now. Hit this up. It's actually a relatively small level. It just has a lot of different mechanics going for it. And I believe enemies respawned in. As you can see, that guy, and that guy, and this guy. I just actually backed myself up into a corner and picked up partial invisibility, but that imp really didn't give a shit. Now we say hello to the rocket launcher, which we won't be using quite yet. Whoa, buddy. Whoa, whoa, hey, hey, easy. And as you can see, they move, man. So grab your goodies. That partial invisibility is still going. It's not too shabby, actually. Alright, come back out. Soul Sphere. Hit this again. Come back out. Red key. It keeps manufacturing new items. I think it's like that thing might lower or whatever. It just teleports, but I think that's what's implied. Alright, and then going here. Grab the goodies, and then over here, this actually opens when you do that. And you can actually get the drop on some imps here, too. Of course, you want to be careful. I don't believe that's it. Oh, I don't know. I see 4 bodies in there. Maybe it is. Alright, go through, go through, go through. Alright, so this part here can get a little intimidating. And we're out of that ammo for now. Okay, so yeah, I just kind of jumped into this game and didn't really talk about how I came across it. So this came out in 97, I want to say, 97 or 98. So I think I was around 13 years old when I got this game for the Nintendo 64. Come on, man. I got it as a kind of a birthday present, meaning that my mom got it for me when we had one of our little outings downtown. We used to have outings where we would go out. She would keep me home from school and just go out downtown and just she'd spend my dad's money. And if I was a good boy and didn't say anything to my dad about it, she would pretty much be like, okay, you can get something. And my dad, there's no way in hell that he would have ever allowed for them to spend $70 on a single birthday present, which is like the only thing that I did get, and I was completely fine with that. $70, that's how much this game cost back then. That's how much 64 games cost. They were about $60 to $70. I got this $70 from Toys R Us, rest in peace, downtown Chicago, for my 12th or 13th birthday. I forget. And I was a big fan of Doom on PC. Even though I didn't get to play it a lot, I actually played more of it on Super Nintendo, which I have my Super Nintendo right now, and Doom is actually in there. It might even be the very same copy that I used to play. Yes, Doom on Super Nintendo. I know, it's pretty rough, but we didn't own a computer, so the next best thing that I could do was go to my neighbor's house and play the shareware version on his, or if I wanted to play all of them and not have to go to my friend's house, because he lived with his grandma, and his grandma was, well, you know, really old school grandma-y. Just she was also Southern too, so she was like a take no shit. She was a cool person, but not cool in the sense of like, hey, let you do whatever, you know. She was a very strict woman, but she was a good woman nonetheless. And so visits over to his house were very, very limited. So the next best thing that we can do is, back in the day, there was a place called Blockbuster Video near my house. Some of you might have heard of it. And of course, they rented out video games and movies. And you know, when they were renting out the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis games, yes. Oh, this guy already, huh? Take out our rocket launcher here. Make quick work of him. Let's make a big old scene here. I'm kind of screwing with this. Okay. And actually, my brother, he's the one who rented it. I didn't even know of its existence, but he stumbled across it. I actually was renting Wolfenstein at the time, but I guess at some point they ported Doom over to the SNES, and then it was like, hallelujah, never have to play Wolfenstein again. And of course now it's really hard to look at. I know, like, jokes and, you know, frame rate and pixels, but back then, you know, if that's all that you got, your mind, your perception, and all that good stuff, it would adapt to it. And it would adapt to the crap factor. But back then, though, it really wasn't considered a crap factor. It was more so a marvel. It was actually quite impressive. But now if you look at it today, of course, you know, it definitely looks terrible. But back then, though, that was like fucking jaw-dropping. It used the FX chip, so it had the extra chips in it, and it was astounding. I never even thought something like that would be possible, but it was. And it also had all 3 of the episodes on there. I don't know when Thy Flesh Consumed came out, but yeah, I mean, like, whatever to that anyways. It's my least favorite episode. Actually, I like Sigil more than that. So that's pretty much how I played it, and that's how I got introduced to Doom. And then I guess there was a Doom 2, which I didn't figure out until later. But I went and got Doom 64 for my birthday / little sneaky birthday present, thanks to my mom. Let's pick this up. Okay, Soul Sphere there. We're gonna wait on that. And yeah, that's pretty much how I got into Doom 64. Now, one of the funny things is, so I get home, I tear this fucking thing out of the box. Back then, we didn't save video game boxes. We didn't save N64 boxes. We didn't save Super Nintendo boxes, and I wasn't the only one. That was just a thing that everybody used to do. They used to throw that shit out like it was garbage. You know, of course, now in retrospect, I wish that I hadn't done that, but it was done. It's a fucking Baron over there. Okay, we're good. So yeah, I fucking start playing it ASAP, and then something quite strange actually happens to me. After about 15 minutes of playing it, I start to feel sick, and just really icky. I felt like my head was spinning, and I was just getting sick to my stomach. So I shut off the game and I laid down for a little bit, and I started feeling better about 10 minutes later. I'm like, oh, okay, you know, I'll go get something to eat or something. I probably did something to eat, something to drink, whatever, right? So I come back to it. And 15 minutes later, once again, guess what? I'm feeling sick again. And then I figured out that it was, I read in the instruction manual. Since I couldn't play the game, I decided to just resort to reading the instruction manual. And when I was reading it, it talked about motion sickness. And it described the symptoms that I was getting because of the smoothness of the game. It was something that we really weren't used to. So it was because of the way that the screen was moving so quick, and just the smoothness of everything. Just our eyes and our mind, our brains, they just weren't ready for that shit yet. So I would say for about a week of me being able to only play the game in about 15 to 20 minute increments, I finally ended up getting over it. And I felt this feeling for the first time when I was playing Turok. And I never really figured out as to why, because I never read the Turok manual and, you know, deduced it down to, oh, okay, it's because of that. I really don't have chain gun ammo, huh? So I guess I'm stuck. Popping off double shotties. There should be some rounds in here, though. But yeah, so it took me about a week just to get over that. You'll be seeing some small jumps in edits in the footage. That's just simply me splicing up a couple of videos together, a little bit of the footage, because I might have to get up, pee, have a smoke, stuff like that. So yeah, if you see it jump around, you know, it's not like it's from a totally different session. It's the same session. It's just, yeah, me being an idiot. Alright, so I think if I go to this, here we go. Probably a little early for this, but whatevs. Grab it anyways, who cares? No, that ain't opening yet. So here's a new enemy. It's not in the original, but they decided to bring in Chain Gun Dude, and there's also Machine Gun Dude. And this is one of a couple different weapons in the Brutal version. Show you. So here's a machine gun. I still enjoy just using the chain gun, so machine gun I barely ever use. It's nice in Brutal Doom, though, just for, like, you know, Doom 1 or Doom 2. But, me, I'm not a huge fan. Shit. I think there's supposed to be a Hell Knight that spawns there, but it's probably after we lower the key. And obviously we went that way, so the next way is this. There, that's one way to deal with them. And I think... Oh no. Really? Okay, well that did something. Guess whatever I was anticipating was wrong, but here we go. So dealt with him. That's who I was anticipating. Him and his brother. But yeah, the amount of enemies is just absolutely ridiculous on Watch Me Die. Another Spectre. So yeah, that's how I pretty much became associated with Doom 64. After a while, I stopped getting sick, then I ended up mastering the game. Well, I mean, at least as much as you possibly can with a N64 controller, because though the N64 controller wasn't bad for a lot of games, like, you know, it's totally doable with Mario and Ocarina of Time and stuff like that. Some games it just really isn't, such as your first-person shooter games, like Duke Nukem. It was doable with GoldenEye. GoldenEye they probably got it the most right. And I actually used to use the D-pad when I played Doom 64 on the N64. 64. Ooh, man, just seen his limb come out. Yeah, I'm trying to take a few cheap shots up here, but I don't want to waste too much, so. I thought there was another one. And they just came through, huh? Come on. Oh, duh. It might come down the way that I got it to initially come down. Who would have thought? Those nightmare imps, they can get pretty annoying, actually. I don't necessarily mind them too much because at least on Bring It On, they're not overdone to death in this game, in this mod, but man, still, it can get pretty shit every now and again. I don't want to blow myself up, so I'm gonna move. Usually 3 rockets will take that guy out. Alright, let's yellow key it up. There's another chain gun dude. There isn't a lot of chain gun dude in this either, I noticed. But again, that could completely change on Watch Me Die, which I'm assuming is the UV of this game. But for whatever reason, I can't do it. Alright, and then we don't need to do this yet. Sorry, I was snapping my fingers at my cat. I was about to say I was snapping at my cat like fucking, you know. Yeah. But no, he was messing with Guau. And all Guau's doing is trying to lay on that bag. Alright, so take them out. I didn't even realize I had this out. I meant to switch to my shotgun. And then we got a nice little network of rooms, doors and rooms and rooms and doors here. Keeps things kind of cramped up, feel a little vulnerable in such tight spots. Grab the Berserk because why not? We're probably not going to be this way again. Switch out. Goody gumdrops. I think there's one over here too. So let's... And he's camping over the computer area map, which like we never even use anyways. Like I don't think you'll be seeing me use that map at all. I think I used it once in my last playthrough. Once. I always thought that this guy kind of looked like the Terminator. I don't know. I mean, he can't really be the Terminator because, you know, I don't know. That's just one feller's thoughts. Alright, let's grab this. No, we go, yeah, this way. No, I'm right. We're gonna get introduced to our second set of crushers. I don't know why I did that. We got a little risky there, huh? And I'm sure, as you can imagine, this would be a totally different story on Watch Me Die. It gets quite populated. That is the Cacodemon. I didn't even talk about him. He looks like a Pain Elemental, but he's not. It's actually the Cacodemon of the game. Why that is, I really don't know. Excuse me for a sec. But there is, strangely enough though, there is also a Pain Elemental in this game too. So, not exactly sure what that's all about. Alright, we already grabbed that. And we did this. So now I'm just trying to remember where to go. Yeah, where the hell? Oh, you know what? That's right, that one in here. Oh no, the yellow door. I mean. Okay, come on up. Again, if we shoot this right here, that'll open up, but we don't really need it right now, so I'm still going to hold off. Now we can go in here. Oh, great. They're going to be the most annoying thing in the game. I don't know. Then again, Nightmare Imps might have taken over that title. Oh shit, they're behind me too. I always forget about that monster closet. Okay. Now we have old Bluey here. And, yeah, we're gonna just do this now. Shit. At least they're not Nightmare Imps. It's a machine gun dude. We got some cells, so that leads me to believe that at the very least there might be a plasma gun here somewhere, but again, I never found it in this level. So O's Wells. Go through here. It's giving me a nice surplus of rockets that I'm really not going to need on this difficulty. For these areas, but still, it's nice to have, regardless. Sure, I'll use a few. Since they're nice enough to give me them, why not, right? Okay, and then we're pretty much almost done here. Overshot there. Again, kind of getting a little fucking crazy here. Alright, and that's that for that. So sorry, you might notice a little jank at it, a little jump here, because I'm going to take a quick break, but we're going to keep it on the same video for now, since we haven't been going too long. So, alright. Looks good, looks good. Okay. And so some of you there with a keen eye or keen ears may have noticed a little bit of a janky edit there, but alright, so let's get back into it. So this is a damn fun level. It's definitely one of my favorites. So grab that. That obviously did stuff. And there should be another one over here. We're aggroing all sorts of stuff right now. And there's a Hell Knight here. Again, just get rocket happy. And he just doesn't want it. Alright, well. This type of messing with, or not messing more so, but wasting all that ammo is a big no-no on Watch Me Die. I tell you what. So I like to do this here. It's just so satisfying. And, well, it should be. And we get to do it again. But again, that's child's play compared to Watch Me Die. We'll spawn out the yellow key, but we're not done here quite yet. Want to get down there. There's actually a secret which I will grab. And we got 3 of them here. They're all just kind of wandering about, huh? Alright, and there goes our rockets for now. So now we just gotta burn them through with the old shoddy. And he flew back pretty good. Oh, there's one rocket. Oh, here we go. Grabbing that rocket launcher, you're gonna pay for doing that, because it just spawned out a Baron of Hell. And a few imps to boot. And here we go. We get refunded some rockets. That's nice. And there's probably more imps. Of course there is, because when I want to apologize for the shoddy audio. I know you gotta probably bring up your audio on your TV or your computers a few decibels more than normal. I'm trying to not scream. It's really nothing wrong with my microphone, but more so that I don't have a proper microphone stand. And the way that I got it, it's a little bit away from me. I don't have it on my little, I don't know, quote-unquote desk setup here, because I actually got it a little further away from me on another rig. And the reason as to why that is because you can probably already, you can hear me clicking keys, but if I was actually put on my desk, then you'd start hearing my mouse move around, and then the sound of the keys is even a lot more intense. So the way to remedy that, until I get like a proper, a clip-on mic stand. Oh shit! Oh no, definitely don't want to use. Oh no! All right, he took out one for me because he's a nice guy like that, and I wasn't ready for this. I didn't want to do that either. I was fumbling for my chain gun. Actually, I wasn't done over here. I said that I wanted to do a secret, but yeah, I don't have one of those microphone stands / holders that clip onto the side of a desk. I really need to invest in one of those, so then I can put it closer to my mouth, and then you won't have to turn your volume up too much. So I think it's right here. Yeah. Oh shit. Getting a little bullied by the Lost Souls. And grab the supercharge, or aka Soul Sphere, whatever. So I figure that the trade-off is, okay, well, I guess just have to, instead of me screaming across the room for the microphone to pick me up, just turn your volume up a little bit, and then yeah, it's gonna suck when you go to the next video or something like that, and then you're gonna forget that the volume is up. You're gonna be like, ah, shit, what the hell, because of that last stupid video. Alright, and we didn't forget that we have a Hell Knight here, just chilling out. Seems that we did hit him with a few rockets though. Do that, come through here, that opens up, and that is mandatory. That is not a secret. And then watch me try to fumble around with this. Let's see how I do. Oh no. Okay, well, you know what? That sucked, but I absolutely forgot about those guys. Obviously. Come on. And I can see why the Nightmare Imp is indeed a nightmare. He's a real nightmare now. So again, let's try this. I might miss it here. Let's try. Oh, we got it. Grab the computer area map. Oh lordy. Now he's just dancing around me, huh? Good thing I did get that Soul Sphere. So I think in the original vanilla version of Bring It On, there was a Baron right here. He is in Watch Me Die in Brutal Doom 64, but I could have swore he was in the vanilla version of Doom, and I think he's there for Retribution as well. Why he's cut out here, I don't know, but yeah, he just is. Deal with these specters, because sure, why not? There's probably another one or two skulking about, but no prob, Bob. Pick up the rockets. And actually, we're supposed to go to this side first to hit this little switch. Pick up a few more rockets. And way down yonder, there's a Baron there. Okay, not good. Definitely not good. I guess I could burn him down with this. But you know what? We're going to say screw that. And then this guy shows up. And here is our first Pain Elemental. So yeah, screw this guy. He likes to spit out lost souls at you. Upon death, he'll spit out a couple. 2 or 3. And there you go. That health down there and that armor down there looks pretty tempting, so I'm actually going to go for it. But this is the way that you really want to go. But we're going to get a little greedy and see how it works out. This was very difficult to see back in the day in Vanilla Doom 64, and I missed that. And that was my opportunity there. There are a lot of specters down here, so you can snipe them. Obviously this wasn't an option in the vanilla version, but here, snipe away to your heart's content. There's also a Berserk pack right down there too. You can grab that and just start swinging. But I want to say that it will actually spawn more specters, so that's the trade-off. And it kind of sucks because in this version you have a ooh, right there too. You have stamina in this game, so yeah, so I would say avoid the Berserk unless you absolutely need it, which you will for Watch Me Die. When I did complete this level on Watch Me Die, I literally came out of it with a little bit of chainsaw fuel, and that was it. I had no other weapons to my name, or well, ammo for my weapons, I should say. That'll open up. I think we just need to come down here. There's a lot of that going on in this game where stuff will just open up random, seemingly random, but of course it's all just an invisible trigger. Let's get a couple more rockets, hit that. I don't even know what that does. Actually, I might. Let's see. So pick and choose. Either one's gonna bring you. Oh, that's not open. Run along. I think it actually might open this. So yeah, get the mega armor. And we're almost pretty much topped off all the way through and through. Didn't grab that box of rockets, but I'm glad I did this round. And now we got ourselves a nice shiny blue key. We'll have to get past these twins. Sucking, I'm sucking. Well, there goes that. Not my finest work. Grab the ammo, come on up. And there you go. No red key this time. Not sure who I left alive, but okay. Alright, this is another good level. And as you see, there's a nice shiny plasma gun there. We're definitely going to be scooping that up. But first we're going to have to put in a bit of work, so let's get to it. My little jelly beans. Dunzo. Alright. Pick up some of the ammo. Which if you're on Watch Me Die, you absolutely want every little bit you can get. And here's something new to Doom 64. The Revenant. We threw Revenants in here. Now, the Revenant model looks like absolute shit in this. He just kind of seems a little out of place, but he's in it, so, I mean, it's cool and all. He's really not too bad either. Oh, God. His homing rockets, they hurt like a motherfucker, but the trade-off to that is that they travel very, very slow. So you do have a nice amount of time to get to safety and hopefully not get fucking torn up. Alright, there's a machine gun dude, and there should be... oh, I don't have any rockets. He has the rockets. There's a rocket launcher right there. I don't even know how to open these cages. Since 1997, 1998, and I still haven't figured it out, and I don't think I ever will. So there's a nice little maze here with a lot of stuff to shoot. Pretty fun area. It's not too mazy to the point where you'll really be getting lost. Just try and keep track of where you've been, type of dealie, if your brain can process that. I'm sure if you're watching Doom videos, you know exactly how to do that, so good on ya. Alright, we definitely didn't want to get trapped in a little hallway where we got nowhere to dodge that, so that's why I backed up a bit. And yeah, you can even check yourself out. Damn, I'm looking good. Obviously that wasn't in the vanilla version. Hit El Switcho. Now let's take a look over here. Alright. Bunch of armor bonuses that we don't even need. And say hi to the second Revenant. Grab the goods. And let's skedaddle. Okay, so we've been through all this. So we want to go this way. Say hi to that guy. Couple of machine gun dudes and a chain gunner. You can actually even read some of this stuff too. I like how the blood is splattered on there. But he did attempt to put in a little bit of lore. So, you know, good on him, I suppose. I'm not going to bother reading it. I really don't care. I'm just here to kill shit. But it's there if that's something that you like. Sure, Doom 3 fans would definitely appreciate that. Not to say that I'm not a Doom 3 fan. The more that I played it, the more that I enjoyed it, but can't really go in there with the mindset that it's a Doom game. Like, it is and it isn't. It has Doom enemies, Doom weapons, but I really don't feel it's a true blue Doom game. Okay, so we hit a switch. Let me see. What the hell? Okay, yeah, that, don't worry about that. I'll tell you what it does in a second. So what it'll do is lower this bar down here, but as you can see, my armor's already at 200, so there's really no need for me to go for it. Another thing that I really have no need to go for is this. If you wait here, the wall will actually come down and reveal a soul sphere. Now, unfortunately, this is your one and only time to get it. So I'm going to literally be grabbing a soul sphere for fucking 3 health. I guess I could just throw on my jump button. Or, oh, I already have it on, so whatever. I guess we'll just wait. Why not? I'm trying to not abuse the jump, though, because it's not meant to be played like that. But I do have the vertical aiming on because it's just a lot more fun to me. Let's hit this up because we want to get the shiny. Alright. This area is a lot more troublesome on Watch Me Die, which, I mean, obviously, right? Because I think a Revenant might spawn outside the gates and after you pick it up, so yeah, you gotta really be on your toes. And again, I would gladly play it, but I run out of ammo, so I think that the model that they were looking for with this is that you have to sort of pick and choose fights, either that or maybe know where every single secret is. And since I'm not going to take like 30 minutes in every single level to try and hump walls and figure out all the secrets, and I don't want to dodge a shit ton of enemies, my next best bet is to not bitch about it at all and just play it on Bring It On, which I still find to be fun, and it's definitely a lot more challenging the further on you go. So, you know, that's good enough for me. If I do decide to play this the full way through, then you'll definitely see me getting my ass handed to me. Alright, clear that shit out. I don't think there's any coming back if you fall down that shit, so yeah, it's definitely a little dangerous. And that won't open up. We need a yellow key. So I'm just trying to remember here. So I think I got to step through this teleporter. Here we go. Now we'll be able to make our way. And this was... Oh, this is the yellow key here. Oh, okay. Alright, so I'm gonna take this out. Yeah. I remembered that there was going to be something shitty going on. I think in Watch Me Die, a few machine gunners pop up over there. And then the yellow door is down here. There's a machine gun dude there. One there. And I think this opened up. Usually there's a guy in there, I think, on Watch Me Die as well. Alright, now we gotta do this. So I think there's lost souls down here, so let's just go with this. That opens up automatically, so that's nice. I think I want to go this way, yeah, because here's the rad suit. It's not a suit anymore, it's just like a little biohazard sign. Hit one switch, make your way through. Two switch. Alright. Get refunded some plasma rounds or cells, whatever. And that is going to up here. Keep forgetting I'm out of rocket ammo. That rad suit actually lasts quite a while. And we still haven't gotten a red key, but if we go back, the bars on that door should be gone now. Here's a couple rockets. Oh, and there's an energy cell. That's the beginning of the level right there, so no need. We want this. Yeah, let's do this. Oh no, there's a machine gun guy. And is that really it? It's a little surprising. Alright, and then we got to deal with this. So this is definitely going to be the worst part. Hit that. Come on down. We don't want to freak out. There you go. That's a really good way to waste a lot of ammo. And a good way to fall down into that green goop that I don't even think you can get out of. So that's the way that it works. Okay, and now this is actually a boss stage, but it's also just a stage all on its own too, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of work if we want to get to that boss. I guess you can pretty much say that this is the beginning, or I'm sorry, the end of the quote-unquote first episode. This game does not have episodes. It's all just one long dealy, but this definitely does feel like the end of an episode here. One thing I can also say about Retribution, Doom 64 Retribution, is that now maybe I did something wrong, I don't know, but I failed to get any music working for it. It was just always like, it had music, but it was always just the same track over and over. As to where this game technically does have music, but it's more so like in lieu of Quake, where it's more ambience than anything. Oh shit. Done? We good? We Gucci? I think so. And you'll be seeing that the layout of this level is a little bit different than the vanilla version as well. It's not too much of a difference, but it's there. Yeah, sometimes I just get fed up with it and I just use the chain gun on them. And then run across. There you go. This will come down and you're already back up. Look at that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, so check them corners. I seen the switch. I'm just a little paranoid that there might be enemies. But I guess they're not going to come out until we hit that switch up, huh? So, alright, let's go invite them out. So, a lot of walls come down. A lot of bad stuff. Alright, well, some bad stuff. I guess I shouldn't say a lot. Because, yeah, that was not bad at all, actually. But I do promise that, even on this difficulty, this game is going to get pretty rough. And more. Yeah, this one got a little rough. Switch over. Grab the goodies. Oh, we don't need that. You'll definitely be digging around for a lot more resources on Watch Me Die. I mean, obviously, right? Revenant. And that could hurt. And that is really gonna hurt. So I had about 150 something health, but now I'm down to 111. I'm still, you know, not terrible by any means, but, you know. Okay, and there's our red door. We already took care of this fool. And that fool. And that fool. That's some zombie men hanging around. Good stuff. And again, computer area map, which I never use. Shit. Whoa! That Lost Soul just, man, he ran, man. Whew. This is not good. I don't know if he's still alive. He might have actually died at impact of that. No, he's there. Never mind. Alright, grab the Mega Armor. This comes down. Grab it. And we're almost to the end here. This is going to be... Whoa, buddy. Hey, yo. Hey. Chill it. Cool it. I haven't been under 100 health in a while, but as you can see, they're starting to turn the tide on that. This is very difficult to see where Nightmare Imps are. One there. There's another one. Shit. Just barely dodged that. And yeah, this is where things are going to get a little interesting. So this is going to be the point where I do scum. So let's see here. This was my old file. I guess we'll just put... Let's do that. For the recording, obviously. Alright. So, yeah, they're not being nice people and just giving you rocket ammo, you know, just to be cool. They're giving it to you for a reason. Now, this is absolutely brand new here. So, yeah, here we go. And he already tagged me. And this guy is a serious damage sponge. There's a good chance that I'm going to die a few times until I get it right. That wasn't smart. One thing I don't like doing is getting into rocket launcher fights with giant fucking cyber demons. It's not one of the things that I prefer in life, but it is a bit exciting. And I'm not the best at circle strafing on PC. Man, he was pretty lax there, huh? And there you go. That actually wasn't too bad. First try. Cool. And then that'll open up. And we're home free for now. Alright, so there you go. There's a little bit of Doom. So like I said before, I don't know if I'm really going to make this like a series or what. I'm a little undecided on it. I do like it. It's really good. So again, I'll just say, yeah, this is Sergeant Mark IV's Brutal Doom 64 mod. You can use it with GZ Doom, you can use it with Xanadrunum, whatever the hell, however you pronounce it. But if this is a little too different for you, then you can always go and play Doom Retribution. I apologize, I don't remember the person that that did that one. But I have played it, it is pretty good. It's a lot more true blue to the vanilla version. It does have its tweaks, but it's pretty much all on point. So yeah, there you go. Thank you once again for coming back to the Growler Cats. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and we will see you next round.